Hey guys, Traveling Taylor back with you every Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe if you're interested in receiving travel, digital nomad, and online business tips. This week, I wanted to talk about how to be productive when you work from home. So, as a house sitter, traveling around the world, so even though I am traveling, a lot of times I'm still in house. And right now, I'm at my mom's house. I'm taking a little break for the holidays, spending time with family. So, I'm spending a lot of time at a desk, in a room, in a place where there are a lot of distractions. I can do laundry, I can hang out with my cat, I can watch TV and not on my computer. So I wanted to talk about some of my top tips for actually being productive when you do work from home. So maybe you are new to working from home and not having to go into an office, or maybe you've been doing it for a while and you're just looking for new ways to kind of increase your energy and keep your productivity up while you are home. So here are my top tips. So let's start with my top tip, which is to set your own working hours. I know, the idea of working from home means you can kind of set your own schedule, but there is some benefit to creating boundaries, not only for yourself, but also letting others know when they can expect you to be online. So my typical work hours is from about 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. I kind of set normal working hours. Now, the times that I start early or the times that I go a little bit later varies and changes. And sometimes my schedule might change depending on my travel schedule. But in general, in my mind, I set it to I'm online between 9 and 4, and that is when I'm working. Doesn't mean that I don't take breaks. It doesn't mean that maybe some days I take a 2-hour lunch break. I have that flexibility and I embrace that. But I do try to actually stick with pretty set work hours. Now, my tip number 2 is to invest in a good work space. As a house sitter, I don't always have a lot of control over someone else's home and how they've set it up. They may or may not have an office. There have definitely been weeks where I work from the couch because that's the only place for me to actually work from. But that is not ideal. That is really not, if you are getting into the groove of working from home, that is not ideal to sit on a couch or somewhere. You want to try to have a desk or some sort of dedicated work space. At my sister's house, I worked at the bar in her kitchen, which was perfect for me. It was had good lighting. It was just like a good little nook for me to actually get things done. So wherever it is for you, make sure that it doesn't have a lot of distractions and that it is sort of set up for you to sit or stand if you like to stand and work. It is set up for you to do that for an extended period of time. Tip number 3 is to make a to-do list. I mean, this is really, whether you work in an office or not, to-do lists are really important and it's going to sort of set the tone for the day. I typically make my list the night before, so I finish the day's tasks. Whatever I don't get done, I decide if that needs to be moved to tomorrow. Maybe I can actually move it to the end of the week if it's something I hope to get done but didn't get to. Making your to-do list either the night before or first thing in the morning will actually really help increase your productivity. Now, the other thing that I like to do, and many people will tell you if you are working from home, is to actually get dressed. So many people think like, oh, I get to work from home, I get to wear my pajamas, or I'm going to be comfortable all day. And while I definitely recommend being comfortable, I wear yoga pants a lot while I am working at home, I definitely still recommend getting dressed. For me, the simple act of putting on shoes tells my brain it's time to start focusing and getting ready. So that's like one of the things I do before I start working is I put on shoes. That might not be what you want to do. Maybe for you, it's taking a shower. Maybe it's putting on makeup. Whatever it is, I just encourage you to get out of your sleep clothes and actually just change clothes, because again, it tells your brain like, oh, we're moving into a new phase, which is a work phase. And these are, we need to focus. We need to get some stuff done. So get dressed and whatever that looks like for you, but make sure you make some effort into your day. Another thing that I do for myself is I've kind of created a reward system. So sometimes it can be really tempting if a show of mine came on the night before and I didn't get to see it, and now it's like 11 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I really want to catch up. It's all I'm thinking about. And it's so easy working from home just to pop it on my computer, pop it on the TV, and it's really big distraction. So I've created reward systems. So I'll tell myself, oh, I can catch up on that show during my lunch break. So I have to get through the morning and I can't turn it on until my lunch break. Typically, I don't turn the TV on at all during the day until nighttime. And that's sort of my reward for working for the day, is getting to relax and watch TV. Another reward system that I've built up is that I get to eat dinner after I work out. So I'm an afternoon workouter. That's the time that I do the best. And so I typically work all day, start my workout around 4 or 5 o'clock, depending on the day. And then after that workout, then I actually get to eat dinner and kind of enjoy and relax for the afternoon. So that A, helps with my set work hours, and then B is also just sort of like a reward system. So think about what you can do in your day that works best to create a reward system for you. And kind of going back to working out, exercise. So if this is not part of your routine, I would say take the idea that you don't have to commute. Like, that time that you're no longer commuting can be used for other things. It's the biggest benefit for me to actually being able to work from home, and introduce a workout into your day. I typically work out from home. I use apps called Fitbit. I've used Sweat with Kayla before. I jump on YouTube, although it's easy to go down the YouTube rabbit hole, so be careful with that. But whatever it is, find a space in your home where you can work out and exercise. It's going to help your energy levels. It's going to help keep you focused throughout the day. Maybe you do it in the morning, maybe you do it at lunchtime. Find the best time for you, but try to exercise. Another thing you can do is to take short breaks throughout the day. So I've talked about the Pomodoro technique, but it's really important, whatever system you use, that you actually take breaks throughout the day, just like you would if you were in office. You would walk to the bathroom, or you would walk to the kitchen and get some more water or coffee or whatever it is. You still have the flexibility to do those things. So just because you're from home doesn't mean you have to work more or harder. Be sure that you're still taking care of yourself. And on those days when you just cannot focus, or everything in the house is a distraction to you, get out of the house. I frequently will work from coffee shops, or I'll visit co-working spaces. A lot of times it helps me to do it in the afternoon. So the morning is my most productive time. That's the time I know I can typically really focus. So it's good to know that about yourself as well. And in the afternoons after lunch, it's a little bit harder for me to bring my energy levels back up. So I typically sometimes will change locations. Just sometimes going to a different room in the house can be really helpful. Or in my case, I like to go to a coffee shop and be around other people and noise and sort of just a low hum. So sometimes working from home just is not productive. Like, that's just the reality. Sometimes working from an office is not productive. You just don't get the option to go anywhere. So take the flexibility and maybe go work somewhere else for a few hours, or, maybe one day a week. And another really big one I just hinted at is distractions. So learning how to limit distractions when you're working from home, whether that is communicating to others that you are working and they can't just stop by whenever they want. They need to set up a time to actually come by and chat with you so you can build it into your schedule. Not getting on social media. That's another thing that's really tempting when you work from home. So for me, on my computer, I do have to get on social media for clients every once in a while, but one of my favorite Chrome extensions is called Facebook Newsfeed Eradicator. So when I jump on Facebook, my newsfeed isn't there. It just has a nice little quote, and I can just jump to the different Facebook groups that I need to post in for my clients and get that done, and then get off. So be careful. Try to stay on social media. Don't go down those social media rabbit holes. YouTube, and again, is another really big one. Every time I have to upload a new video, I get so distracted. So find ways to limit those distractions, or outside distractions. The mailman comes, you don't have to go get the mail. If someone comes to the door, you don't have to answer the door. It's okay. Just because you're home doesn't mean that you have to be home and responding to everything around you. So there you have it. Those are my best tips for how to stay productive when you work from home. Let me know below in the comment section, what are your favorite tips? What keeps you really productive when you are not in an office? And be sure to subscribe. I come out with new videos every Tuesday. And you guys, I will see you next week.